do the damage, but also getting involved.
England in a good position here. Connor to Myler. They bust the line here. Almost breaking through Oliver Holmes. Almost a debut try for him. Right inside to the line. Here goes Tom Burgess looking to dump that ball back, and he stretches out a paw. And he might just have given England the lead here. Inside 2 minutes, a minute and a half. It's England 4, France 0.
Yeah, and that was what Josh Hodgson does best. He's crafty around the ruck. He showed left, came out right, and when you've got them two absolute behemoths running onto ball like that, I think it's going to be a long day for France. If you don't get numbers in one-on-one, it's very difficult to stop.
Jack Connor tacking on the 2, and England lead by 6 points to 0, and takes on those sort of lion-busting back row runs for Castleford, trying to replicate that at international level. I'll talk to you about that in just a second. As Shaw goes for a little chip ahead. The chase is on here. Did they get in there at the corner? Well, England think they've scored, and Tom Johnston might just have a debut try here. And he does, and England lead by 10 points to 0, and it's Tom Johnston. Left touchline has a bit of a job to do. Has he just squeaked that one through? And the flag stay down. They've had England back in their own end for a short while here. So we've just seen before. Bastien Canet off, and Tino Margalet on. As England look to work it away down this right edge, and that was a lovely offload to Reece Lynn. And Reece Lynn will go on the outside, and we know Reece Lynn's got some turbo, he's got support in field. Can he find it in the end? He just ran into the speed bump. But a great break there from Reece Lynn.
Yeah, and smart play. The pass wasn't on, so he's took the tackle, and now there's space on the left-hand side. I'm sure that they can create something over there.
Shaw into the hands of Percival. Skips back in field, still going the centre, dumps it back. Collected once again. England reload in centre field. Breathtaking break from England. Can they make it pay? Hodgson, again that left side. The ball floated up, bounces off a hand, comes back to Johnston, who will take it through and score. But I'm not sure whether this is going to be given or not here.
Yeah, I think Tony Guijo's gone for the intercept. He's slapped the ball, and Tom Johnson does what Tom Johnson does best. He puts the ball down and gets the try.
So it's a double for Johnston on his debut. 14 points to 0. England running at almost a point a minute here.
So, you know, when you've got the likes of Josh Hodgson and the half-back combining, then once they start ticking, there's going to be some danger for some teams.
Jack Connor this time is on target, and England's lead moves out to 16 points to 0 here.
We had Jerry on one wing and Ryan Hall on the other, and the Aussies would be shouting, get into him and flying out the line. And they couldn't do it. They'd run for 10, 20 metres every time, so it's a fantastic asset to have in any team.
Connor with the kick. Danger signs here. It's been plucked up and scored. Tom Johnston has a hat-trick in the first half. What an England debut for the Wakefield winger. He's stamping his claims for a spot in the New Zealand Test Series. That's his treble, and England stretch out to 20 points to 0.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the record try scoring. I think Sam Tompkins scored 5 in my debut in 2010, and that was the record at the time. So, you know, he's gonna go close if he carries on the way he is. And you know, just looking at that try there, he had a lot to do. It wasn't just a put down. He had to chase and get over the fullback, and obviously put the ball down as well. So, you know, he's showing all his talent tonight. Yeah, and I'm sure that's Wayne's biggest asset. I think bringing a team together, he does it like no man. And you know, I've never enjoyed a camp, and I was in camp for 9 weeks with him, and I've never enjoyed a camp as much in my life.
McGilvery whizzes it back in field. Myler, Hodgson back on the inside. Tom Burgess leading the charge again. England right under the post. France across their own goal line. Graham to Myler. Lovely ball handed on. Oh, are they in? Yes, they are. It's Richie Myler back in the fold after 6 years away. And he's made it 26 points to 0. And England really are opening up the taps here.
Yeah, and lovely bit of interchange play with Richie Myler and Oliver Holmes. He put the gas on there, did Richie Myler, and put Holmes through the gap. I think he's been quite impressive so far with what he's had to do. He's obviously made the break and, you know, made the offload there for the try. So I think he's really standing up and looks the full part as an international.
Jack Connor with an awkward one from the left-hand side, who has already banged across a couple before. And this time he's just off target. 26 points to nil for England. Reece Lynn's job will be to try and put him in the same way that Jake Connor has had great effect on that left edge with Tom Johnston. Here goes James Graham, ripping through, causing France no end of problems here. He's in the move within sight of that red zone once again. Hodgson to Connor, back on the inside, charge there, handed on, there'll be a try for Thompson. He marks his debut with a score, and England really are finding their feet. It's 30 points to nil, and it's Luke Thompson.
Yeah, clinical, and that's what Luke Thompson does that most other front rowers can't do. He's got the pace to get on the ball after a line break, and you know, it was the other substitute, Adam Milner, who went through. But you just look at the support play from Luke Thompson. He looks like an half-back or a full-back there, and that's the difference. That's how good that man is. And you know, he's a great player now, but he's going to have a fantastic international career.
England again finding themselves in a dangerous position. France spread out across the goal line. They're trying to number up on this right edge. Connor onto Myler, it's played at pace, it's a cut through from Whitehead, and he scores his 9th international try in just 18 tests, and England now find themselves 36 points to nil as the hooter sounds. Away to the centre of the field they come once again. Graham dumps it back. Away to that right edge they go, through Milner onto Reece Lynn. Reece Lynn just hauled down. Desperate stuff from the French. England calling out for another try once again. Myler goes for the chip to the middle. Jake Connor gets there! And Jake Connor scores a terrific try. And that will be 42 points to nil. And England really found their mark once again. And Jake Connor, who's got a remarkable record now, that's 2 in 2. For England, for him.
Yeah, and he had no business getting on that kick there. I was watching him as he was chasing the kick. He ran past a couple of defenders and a couple of attackers as well, if I'm being honest.
I do wonder what the meeting of minds was like when John Bateman first met Wayne Bennett. Fly on the wall stuff, that one, I think.
Yeah. Well, they're both great blokes, though. They're both probably not what you think, what you'd expect, so it probably wasn't as good a meeting as you'd imagine, but yeah, John's a great lad, and you know, I'm sure he's going to have a big impact in the end of series or the series in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, England, New Zealand, of course. 3 tests. Fage carves his way through, and France are on the board, and they avoid the duck egg. They have points. They have put their mark on this game, and it's Théo Fage, the St Helens man, who's played a bit of hooker, a bit of half this season. Showed just how sharp he can be. Cuts his way through, and France have a score. It's 44 points to 4, kick to come.
Yeah, and I think it was Liam Sutcliffe who was too eager to take the dummy. He took the dummy, and Fires went over and scored, and they'll be absolutely fuming and gutted that that's happened, because that's the first time France have been attacking the line. And
stop just short. Hodgson to Connor. To Myler, they're all chiming in. They've got numbers on that right side. Here goes Jamie Shaw! Terrific finish! Sliding through to cap the night. Oh no, he's given an obstruction call. Ran behind the back of his own man. Elliot Whitehead is confused about it. Jamie Shaw denied a debut try to join his place on the scorers. It was a great finish. Been a really intense test match in this second period as the hooter rings out around the Leigh Sports Village. England have won the Paul Barrier Shield. They've given their England Test series against New Zealand a huge lift here.